Everything you need to know about NOU.V Graphite's latest share offering. Let's get into it. Summary. I value your time, so we'll start off with a quick overview of what a share offering is all about. Through this prospectus, NMG will be able to sell up to $75 million worth of shares on the open market. These are the agents or brokers facilitating this transaction. You can research them yourself if you would like. This is a bit more important. The sales of these offered shares will be an at-the-market distribution. This means that NOU.V Graphite will sell their $75 million worth of shares at market prices. So no undercutting the market this time around. So this is something that really should be emphasized. There is no minimum amount of funds that must be raised under the offering. I can imagine this confuses you quite a bit, so let's unpack it just a bit more. This sentence just means that NOU.V Graphite doesn't have to sell any shares. Thanks to this offering, NOU.V Graphite is able to sell up to $75 million worth of shares if and when they desire, but there is no obligation to actually sell these shares. Now, if these sales were to happen, what will NMG use the cash for? Well, this document talks about three main purposes for these funds. First, of course, the developing of the Metaweenie mine project. Second, the developing of the LIP anode plant project. And third, for general working capital and corporate expense needs. Basically, this part says that we use the cash for the grand expansion plans as well as general corporate expenses, which make quite a bit of sense. A bit more detailed, the company will use these funds to continue to progress at the Metaweenie mine, to complete and construct all phase 1 demonstration plans, to complete the FEL3, which is the feasibility study for the LIP anode plant, to train their employees, to market and qualify their graphite, as well as pursue financing endeavors with regards to the Metaweenie mine as well as the LIP anode plant. Well, that was the main summary. NOU.V Graphite can sell up to $75 million worth of shares if and when they desire, but there's no guarantee it will happen. We'll also know what they will use the funds for. Hopefully everything is clear, and if not, drop your questions down below. Perhaps we can all learn from your critical thinking. Now let's talk about my thoughts. Well, I certainly cannot say I expected this share offering at this moment in time. As we learned from this video, back in October 2021, NOU.V Graphite will need to raise a lot of capital to complete their grand plans. Eric Desenier hinted at a $1 billion price tag for both the Metaweenie mine and the LIP anode plant combined. But during the shareholders meeting I based that video on, Eric Desenier also stated that he did not foresee any equity-based raises in the upcoming 12 months. That said, he also stated that if he saw a great opportunity to raise capital in the market, that NMG would use that opportunity. So no, I did not expect this prospectus just 3 months after that shareholders Q&A. However, the fact that NMG will need to raise a lot of capital even after this share offering should be abundantly clear. Good to note also, there is no guarantee that NMG will sell any shares on the market. This prospectus only gives NOU.V Graphite the ability to sell shares whenever they want. And that for sure doesn't mean they have to. Tons of companies on the market have these shelf offerings laying around, giving them the ability to sell tons of shares, but they never sell a single one. But it is more than likely that NMG will use the share offering. They do need to raise that capital. For me, nothing really changed. I still believe Eric Desenier will make this project work, and I still believe NOU.V Graphite can become a truly dominant player in the North American graphite world. To become one of those big dominant North American graphite players, you will need to invest a lot of capital. A facility which can turn out a whopping 45,000 tons of high purity spherical coated graphite is expensive, no doubt. However, I truly hope all of you investing in this company understand this main point. This will not be the last share offering. There will be more dilution to come. And if you didn't know that before you invested in the company, that is completely fine. Maybe take it as a lesson. I certainly learned a lot from investing in NOU.V Graphite. Do think long and hard, rationally, why you still hold this stock. Keep in mind there will be more dilution and more pain to come, and there is no shame in admitting you've made a mistake. So if you've made a mistake by investing in NOU.V Graphite and not understanding the dilution part, that is completely fine, you can always move on. But like I said, I will stay invested. I'm personally planning on waiting at least until the end of 2023 before I sell any of my shares. I believe there are only 3 companies out there that have the potential to become truly dominant players in the natural graphite world. Gratomic, Talga Group, and of course Nouveau Monde Graphite. I want a piece of that pie. Specifically, I want a piece of that Gratomic or that Nouveau Monde Graphite pie, and I will stay invested until either they become a dominant player I know they can be, or until the story changes. So let me repeat, I will not sell a single share of Nouveau Monde Graphite or Gratomic for the foreseeable future. I would much prefer if the stock just did its thing for a little while, and then in 2025 when I look back at my shares, I hope to see a significantly different price tag attached to them. So those are my thoughts and actions. Hopefully you were able to extract a lot of value out of this video, since that will always be the main purpose of this channel, creating value for you. If you have any suggestions on how I can provide even more value for you guys, please let me know by commenting down below. I read almost all comments and I try to respond to as many as I possibly can. That said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a like and maybe even subscribe. Comment down below what you want to talk about next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.